Hi beauties, it is November 2nd. As we're filming this, I think it's probably gonna get posted November 3rd, but that's fine. Everybody knows what that means. It's Ipsy Plus customization day. So I got home from work, I waited, stayed up. They released it early, I felt like today. I saw it like 6:30 it had opened up and I was like, cool. We did record the screen, it went through this time. I was very excited about that. There's a lot I wanna talk about. So that's why normally I try and do like a get ready with me. We're just gonna chat about this one because I also, one of my my dear friends from college who is a big supporter of our channel, Hannah, she sent me last night an article saying that BoxyCharm has been bought by Ipsy. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the customization first because I think we all wanna talk about that, but that's definitely on the agenda as well. So let's roll into it. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you like subscription box stuff and other random makeup things, you should subscribe because that's pretty much all I do. So yeah. We did record the video of the computer while I was choosing it. That being said, customization opened up. What they chose for me, I really liked. Now it's funny, another one of our huge supporters, Drea, she sent me all of her stuff as well, so I'll be talking about that. All three, me, my mom, and she all got the Violet Voss Coral Color Pop palette, I think is what it is. I love it. I'm super excited about that. My guess is they had a bunch of those. That's all I can think. Or like we all said that we like eyeshadow palettes. I don't know. But we all got them. Once again, that's a great product. I love Violet Voss. I really do. I was so sad that I didn't go with the Creme Brulee palette last month and then I didn't have an option to buy it anywhere. So very happy with that. And it was funny. I actually got the Girlactic 3-in-1 Lip Sparkle Bomb Duo in Periwinkle and Twinkle. And my mom got that last month. And it was one of the choices I had. I opted not to go with it, but when I unboxed hers, I looked at them and I was like, these are really cute. I don't know if I'd use them as a lipstick. I was thinking maybe I would do them as a highlighter, but I really like them. Drea got the same, and then my mom got, because she got that last month, what did she get? Yensa, that's it, Yensa, with a brush and like a bronzer, so pretty good. So she was happy with it. I was definitely happy with my choices. Then we move on to customization. So this is how mine went. I was given 4 choices for each round. Still a good number of choices, but I normally have like at least 5 in one category. Didn't have that this time. My mom did not either. Drea did in 1. So it seems like they are limiting what you have to choose between, but still not terrible. My first round, I had the Morphe, the Lo-Fi Sculpt and Shimmer Contour Palette, the Dr. Brandt Skincare Microdermabrasion Age Defying Exfoliator, the Lid Glaze in the shade Desert Weekend from Item Beauty, and the LaRousse Beauty face set, which I already have received in the past. I was going back and forth between the Morphe and the Dr. Brandt. Dr. Brandt I love so much, and it's such a huge price tag. I think the thing was like 78 bucks, so I was like, that's kind of a no-brainer, so I went with that. Second choice, we had the Shayna B Miami Mini Miami Eyeshadow Palette, which I really liked. I almost got that. The Farrah brushes, the Complex Culture lip shades in 2 choices, Rusty Rose and Mauve Nude. I was pretty happy with all the choices for this one. This was probably the strongest category, I think, the most that I kind of had to consider. I was really between the Farrah brushes and the eyeshadow palette. You guys know me, one of my big things with the boxes is I love it when I get 2 eyeshadow palettes. I almost always do it if I'm given the option. However, I have really just started to accumulate brush sets because the more I have, the less I have to wash them, and I really hate washing them. It is such a bad habit. I am so bad about like just letting them accumulate and then spending like an entire day cleaning 150 brushes, but you know what? I at least can accept that I am like this. So I went with the Farrah brushes. I will also say the Shayna B Miami palette, I believe was like $22 or something like that. Relatively inexpensive, pretty good price. I wouldn't mind paying something like that for a palette anyway. And the Farrah brushes were $50, so it was hard to pass up. So I went with the brushes. I really liked it too. I was very happy with both of those choices, even though the first set I was kind of like, there was only 2 I'd go between. Still, that's plenty of choices for me. The last choice I had was the Julep. I got 2 different Julep eyeshadow crayons, a Flesh Beauty highlight stick, a Ciate London Extraordinary Translucent Powder. I opted to go with the Ciate London powder because 1, everything I've used from Ciate London ever has been amazing. I have not ever bought or received a product, palette, lip gloss, eyeshadow, anything that I don't love from them. That is included. There's like, I got like a pressed translucent powder from them that was in their watermelon collection. Love it. One of my favorite setting powders. So this is, I think, a loose one. Didn't care. I was like, I'm gonna go with it. The Julep eyeshadow crayons were good products. I have one, but the shade I have looks similar to both of those, and I wasn't like, they're both kind of like, one's kind of like a deep gold and one's kind of a light gold, and mine's somewhere in that vicinity. So I was like, I don't want to dig it out and try and figure out if it's the same one. So I just went with something different. I don't like balm highlighter, so the Flesh one, it's not a bad product. It's just not something that I use a lot. So I was like, nah, I liked it. Didn't do any add-ons this month. I looked at them. There were some decent things, definitely in the skincare realm. It's kind of hard to beat. BoxyCharm opens up November 9th. Somebody told me about that in the comments when I did the haul, and they were like, you need to watch out for November 9th. And so I looked it up, and I am excited. So I'm expecting to spend a ton of money on add-ons for BoxyCharm, and they're also doing a Black Friday sale. So why would I spend extra money? I know that's probably gonna get me a little bit more stuff. So I held off on that. My mom was disappointed in her bag because she had a ton of lipstick options. She had 2 of the Complex Culture lips in her second round. She had a lip oil as well. And then in her final round, she had a lip balm. So she was kind of unhappy with that. Drea's was very similar. She had like 3 of the Complex Culture choices in her second section. She chose one of the shades that I really liked. They all were really pretty though, and I think it would be a good product. It wasn't something based on the other things that I had that I would choose, but if I had to choose one, I don't think I would have been disappointed with it. And then my mom, they both actually chose the Murad Retinol Age Defying Night Cream, which I would have loved to get as well. That's a solid cream and a hefty price tag, so absolutely on that one. And then they both got a lip balm for their final project as well from Seraphine Botanicals. So overall, I think we're definitely seeing it kind of start to shift into, like, I don't want to say it's not that they're trying as hard. They're not trying. I'm still very happy. This box is still well worth $25. Nobody's gonna question that. I think we all were happy with our products. But I do start to see the shift coming. Does that make sense? Like, I can see, like, they're just giving you less choices. There's a little bit of repetitiveness. It isn't a bad thing. It is just something that I've noticed, so. All right, let's get into the meat of this video, because really there's a lot to unpack with this. So just in terms of the merger, the PR people have more or less said they're still gonna exist as different entities. They're not going to be compromised. We'll just be striving to make each one better. Here's my concern. We'll jump into it. I'll read you guys some quotes and all that stuff, tell you what they kind of said. My concern is at any point, there's a reason that monopolies are illegal. At any point, not saying that this is a monopoly, because there's still plenty of other beauty subscription boxes out there, but these were the 2 powerhouses in the industry. You got Ipsy, you got BoxyCharm. Ipsy's older, but BoxyCharm really has done just an amazing job of kind of revolutionizing and pushing Ipsy to change and to evolve, and I love that. I worry that if they are no longer competing with each other, we will start to see changes that we're not happy with in Boxy, because I know some people have been unhappy with Boxy. I will stay steadfast. I had a couple boxes that really disappointed me, but having it for, I think I'm going on like 5 years being a subscriber, a couple boxes in 5 years is not anything to complain about. And now that I've discovered the beauty of their add-on sales, I'm like, wow. What have I missed all this time? So I'm worried. I'm not gonna knock it until we see what happens. Hopefully it'll just make it better. It'll just be seamless. But that is the kind of where I'm going. I don't know how to feel about this right now. It is concerning. I'm plain and simple, it's concerning. But this is what it said. This is from Yahoo Finance. They said, Ipsy, the world's largest beauty sampling service, today announced it is acquiring BoxyCharm, the largest provider of full-size beauty product subscriptions, to form BFA, Beauty for All Industries. Together, BFAI has a global community of more than 30 million beauty enthusiasts and is on track to exceed $1 billion in annual revenue this year alone. That's great. I agree. They do have very similar goals and very similar ideas and very similar ideals. And so with that, I think it's we have the potential to see a really great change, but we also have the potential to see it not work out for either one of them. BoxyCharm's founder, Joe Martin, who he's still in charge of BoxyCharm. He will be on the BFAI board. So hopefully the way he's run it, the way he's kind of operated it will stay the same. More or less, they're saying this is just going to be really great. It's gonna be a great change. And they're also now introducing a new box, a combined box. At first I was like, it kind of sounds like FabFitFun, but I'm not really sure it does. It's called Refreshment. Refreshments is the name of it, sorry. So Refreshments, and it is a personal care subscription to provide extra fun, extra clean essentials that jazz up everyday routines. So it sounds like it's gonna be more of like a daily care. At first I thought it was like daily lifestyle type stuff, like what FabFitFun does, where you'll have some beauty products, you'll have some clothes, some jewelry, some for the house stuff, things like that, which I really like. FabFitFun's kind of hit or miss for me. Some boxes I love, and some boxes I'm like, I got 2 good things and I hate the rest of them, but I stick with it because I think I always get at least one item that I'm willing to pay $50 for, so if that happens, then it's worth it. But that is not really what this sounds like it's gonna be. It sounds like it's gonna be more of like they love both of them. Well, both of them. I think I've only gotten them in Boxy now that I think Boxy and FabFitFun are the 2 that always send it, but like the Spongella, the little sponges that have the body wash already in it. I think we'll probably see stuff like that in those, probably skincare stuff. Not a bad thing. I don't think I will subscribe to it right away. It doesn't really sound like something that's up my alley. I don't know how much it's gonna be. They didn't say anything about that, but basically we'll finish this off with, this is what they had to say about it. They focus on 4 main pillars to keep their company and their goals centered around, and that is personalization, merchandising innovation, community engagement, and team and infrastructure. I think those are pretty solid pillars to focus on in a company. I think most companies would agree, to kind of specialize within themselves, that those are things that need to be priorities for a company to be successful. I don't know how to feel. I have high hopes, but I just am worried. And the worry is what worries me. Like, there's just that kind of like feeling that it's like, oh, at first I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. But then I was like, or is it? I don't know. Well, that was misleading. At first I was like, oh shit. That was my initial reaction. And then it kind of evolved into, as I was reading the article, I was like, okay, so this is, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe they'll just keep it the same. I'm worried we'll see things like the add-ons and the customization changing in BoxyCharm. Customization could, truthfully, customization with BoxyCharm could be better. That is the one thing that I don't like about BoxyCharm. I feel like customization is very loose. I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts. What are your thoughts? I need to hear your thoughts too. What do you guys think about this? We may not notice anything. That, that happens sometimes. People are like, acquire companies and you're just like, they've owned them for like 4 years now. I had no idea. So, I mean, it could be something like that, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm very glad that Hannah shared that with me because I'm glad we got to talk about it today. I would definitely like to give a huge shout out to both Hannah and Andrea for their help with today's video. It was super nice to see a 3rd box and a 3rd customization process. Mom and I always compare, but it's really interesting. The more you can kind of compare, the more you can see how many products are out there, how specialized everybody feels like it is towards their own goals and everything. And I will say, we're gonna also be we'll be talking about Drea a little bit later this month too, because it is her birthday, so we're gonna do a little birthday shout out for her because she is definitely one of our biggest supporters, and we love you guys so much, and we love to see continuous comments and people supporting us. So any way we can give you guys a shout out and recognize all of your support, because without you guys we would be nothing. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's so many things with this video, so definitely comment it up. Let me see what you have to say. Let me see what you think. Ipsy I'm still happy with. BoxyCharm, I'm excited to see what this month's gonna look like. I'm really excited for those customization sales. I'm very anticipating it. We shouldn't be spending a damn bit of money because we are trying to move into a house, but like every time I see something makeup related, I'm like, well, for the channel. So that's what's gonna happen here. We all know that. So other than that, I hope you guys are all safe, healthy. You have a wonderful day, and you stay girly with a dark twist.